Dmitri Shostakovich described his Eighth Symphony by writing, "Life is beautiful, all that is dark and evil rots away, and beauty triumphs." Just months after the Red Army pushed back Nazi forces at the Battle of Stalingrad, Shostakovich delivered precisely what the occasion demanded, a celebration of brighter days to come. Yet, behind this facade of joy and exuberance, there lurks a dark and mournful history. Shostakovich could not so easily come to terms with the death and destruction that such a victory entailed. The lives of countless young soldiers thrown to the wind, the purges, famines, and paranoia of those left behind. Shostakovich brought together all these mixed feelings and composed a poem of suffering, a tribute to all that was lost in search of a better tomorrow. This weekend, the UCBSO has the honor of presenting two works that dance upon this line between joy and despair. We begin our concerts with Robert Schumann's exuberant cello concerto in A minor, with Sarah Cave as soloist. Schumann's concerto was written in 1850, as Schumann was beginning a new stage of his career as the music director of the orchestra in Düsseldorf. Schumann's Düsseldorf tenure was unfortunately short-lived. After 3 years, he resigned due to the nerves and anxiety of being at the conductor's podium, and within a year, he began his tragic descent into the depths of the mental illness which eventually took his life in 1856. The cello concerto was never publicly premiered during Schumann's all-too-short life, only seeing the light of day in 1860, when it was premiered by Ludwig Ebert following a posthumous publication. The cello concerto, for all its lyric expressiveness and picturesque storytelling, straddles a fine line between obsession and madness. Characteristic of Schumann's compositional style, the concerto takes fragments of the same theme and presents them over and over, the harmonies and instrumentation constantly driving forward the momentum rather than any change in the melody. The opening 3 pizzicato chords, supported by the woodwinds, lay out an idyllic scene. Here in the Bois de Boulogne, I imagine these 3 chords to be the last 3 raindrops at the end of a rainstorm. As the clouds above clear, the air is heavy with the clean scent of freshly fallen leaves and the final blooms of summer. The cello then makes its grand entry, all eyes fixed upon her as she begins her story. Shostakovich's Eighth Symphony begins with an immediately darker mood. The cello and basses lay out a meandering theme, taking full advantage of their somber register to make us aware of the sorrows plaguing our lives. The violas and second violins invert this theme in canon, leading us, by the hand out of the abyss, to the first violin entrance. The strings revel in the richness of their combined timbre before the entrance of the English horn, the first woodwind to join the fray. Each movement of Shostakovich's symphony proceeds through increasing layers of irony and sardonic character, reaching a tipping point in the machine-like moto perpetuo of the third movement. Shostakovich's Eighth Symphony was almost immediately censored and banned by the USSR precisely because it dared to express distaste with the unbridled violence of the government, try as they might to couch their violence in terms of progress. We sincerely hope you can make it to Hertz Hall this weekend to support our orchestra's hard work in presenting these two difficult and emotionally complex works. As you enjoy the music, remember that despite their outward beauty, both works hide a deep struggle with sadness and loss. May we use our voices, as did Shostakovich, to uplift our fellow humans and do our parts to ease the suffering around us. Signing off, Saagar Asnani.